दोनों जहां तेरी मोहब्बत में हार के, वो जा रहा है कोई शब गम गुजार के। वीरा है मैं कदा, खुम सागर उदास है। वीरा है मैं कदा, खुम सागर उदास है। तुम क्या गए कि रूठ गए दिन बहार के। एक फुर्सत एक फुर्सत गुनाह मिली वो भी 4 दिन। एक फुर्सत गुनाह मिली वो भी 4 दिन। देखे हमने हौसले परवरदिगार के। Good evening and welcome to Sheetala's Conversation, Sunday evening, 7 p.m. IST show. This is your host, Jugal Cole, greeting you from the threshold of Sheetala's Conversations. Today is our 130th historic show. So it's always great and pleasure to find us. We are kind like a kind of a syndrome who are addicted to this quality, looking back into peeping back into the history and civilization of this part of the country. And we discuss about art, culture, literature, men and matters, treatises, travelogues, chronicles, and many other things, men and matters, as DP Dar used to write a column. And also we talk about the folk memories, folk traditions, architecture, archaeology, modern people, legends, maestros, and eminent intellectuals who have made marked into the uh, landscape of the world, country, and the state. So, in this spirit, today I was just watching because we are in the monsoon and monsoon is playing a hard, seek. The monsoon is just trying to, hide itself and hide and seek role it plays, and it interplays with the clouds. And when I was looking at the sky today, it was a kind of a very hazy one, and the clouds were static. There was no expression, so it takes me reminiscence back to many, many decades in Sheetalnath in the top balcony when I'm watching the same sky, but that was very azure and beautiful. And the clouds were playing with each other. So we used, as a children, we used to make many stories about those clouds. We used to drive characters from those clouds. So that is what the psyche is. Psyche of a child always looks for romanticism, but we don't know. I mean, how is the longevity and authenticity of this romanticism when we talk about eternity and the subtlest levels of existences. But then again, there's a great idea to live with what you crave for, the good environment, the ideal azure sky, and the clouds playing, making this ecosystem, very romanticizing. Having said that, I would like to say further that today we are going to have our conversation about one of the very illustrious clan, Madans. I'm often used to wrongly pronounce it Madans because there are Madan friends of mine, many Madan friends of mine as well. But we'll just see the departure of Madan and Madans. Are they the same? Is there a very ancient lineage where they were connected or not? Okay, that's for another day. But still, talking to today's subject, we are going to talk about the clan of illustrious royal legacy from Raja Pandit Dinanath Madan, former finance minister in the royal court of one of the mightiest 19th century pre-partition Indian state, Punjab, under the command of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Maharaja Ranjit Singh the Great. He has survived probably during the after Maharaja Ranjit Singh left, and then his successors, whether it was Sher Singh, whether it was the Maharani, and then the others, and finally to the British posting Anglo, Sikhwa, and he has survived, and he has been of utilization and usage in all these regime changes. And Lapel Griffin calls him Talleyrand of the Punjab. So Talleyrand is something which resembles with Dinanath, Raja Dinanath, Diwan Dinanath, Madan Saab. So we are going to talk about the stories of a family stream from Raja Dinanath Madan, who chose to return back to Kashmir. Pandit Gopalji Madan represents the conspicuous link between elite Kashmiri Pandit society of Lahore and his progeny in Kashmir. His son, Pandit Nilkant Madan, was a well-known educator at Mission School, Srinagar, and his grandson, Pandit Janakinath Madan, a royal engineering and architectural genius, a Lucknow University topper, and esteemed engineering alumnus of King's College, London, in as early as probably 1930s or so. So it was a very, very rare opportunity to go to this college, London in. And then the great grandsons of Pandit, like Pandit Jawaharlal Madan, architectural luminary of modern Kashmir, Padam Shri Dr. Motilal Madan, a distinguished animal scientist, internationally recognized and celebrated biotechnologist, accomplished research manager, and a public speaker, and Pandit Mohanlal Madan, a modern Indian engineering veteran, IES, former engineering alumnus from BHU. Pandit Gopalji Madan hailed from the family of Raja Pandit Dinanath Madan, while his cousins chose to stay back in Lahore with the galaxy of royal elite Kashmiri community. He chose to return his ancestral land, seeking an opportunity to serve in the erstwhile Dogra court and administration. And probably many of them also they later left for to the other states, and they became the prime ministers and enjoyed the positions of power and eminence. Pandit Nilkant Madan was a pioneering modern educationist at CMS Mission School, Srinagar, imparting Western English and other latest modern streams of education in as early as on the cusp of 19th and 20th century Kashmir. His son Pandit Janakinath Madan, topper from Lucknow University in postgraduate physics, an earliest 20th century civil engineering graduate from the King's College, London, a pioneer contributor in laying foundation of modern engineering and architectural expertise, ultra earthquake resistant royal spaces of Darbar Hall, Gulab Bhavan, and Hari Place, Palace, etc. So I'm amazed, such structures behind these great structures, monuments, is the brain of none other than the Madans. And then his sons further, Pandit Jawaharlal Madan, architectural luminary, played a pivotal contribution in post-independence modern public infrastructure of the state. His contribution in establishing several landmarks, including Civil Secretariat, Srinagar, Tagore Hall, revered canopy of the Sacred Hazratbal Shrine, and then Mohanlal Madan, IES, a graduate engineer from the prestigious Banaras Hindu University, mastered and contributed to the frontier heavy core engineering of modern India. And then finally, Dr. Amal Madan, our today's guest, a globally accomplished personality from the world of vet and biosciences. He is the former gold medalist and alumnus from Punjab University and doctorate of reproductive psychology from USA, a doctorate of sciences from University of Science and Technology, Kanpur, the University of Guelph, if I pronounce it rightly, Canada. He is widely traveled scientist leading the most prestigious Indian organizations to the great prestigious expeditions outside. A recipient of eminent Indian and international awards for his extraordinary research and work, Dr. Madan has served uh, as the former Vice Chancellor, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay University of Veteran Sciences, Mathura, former Vice Chancellor, Panjabu Rao Deshmukh Agriculture University, Akola, former Director in National Dairy Institute, former Chairman, National Biotech Task Force. And one of the great thing about him is also he's a multifaceted personality. He has been associated with the cricket and badminton since his university days. A former badminton champion at the ICAR, Dr. Madan has played a leading role as an environmental activist, and has been prodigious mountaineer leading expeditions. So that's about the great introduction about him. I mean, his introduction is very wide, and he's a very multifaceted, and he has left many landmarks in the field of research and vet sciences and other aspects of his expertise. But without wasting much time, let's invite him to the studio of and join the 130th illustrious historic show of Sheetal of Conversation. Madan Saab, you are welcome to the Sheetanath Conversation show.
Namaste.
It's a great pleasure and honor to have you in Shitanath Conversations again. But today we are more talking about the Madans and their legacy and the personalities, amid whose you are one of the most tall, one of the great beacons of the Madan dynasty or clan. Welcome, sir.
My pleasure to be talking to you. It has been always an thought that by conversing with you, you are not able to go over years which have been past, but you are taking us around to make us live in today also. So thanks for having invited me for this conversation.
Thanks a lot, sir. Presumably, as expected, now we'll just have a bit of. We'll go to the royalty of Raja Deen Dayal. Before that, I would like you to say, unravel some of the imageries of your childhood while you have studied in Valley, in the institutions and the places you lived. I think you lived in such a great place, which was known as Madan Lodge. It is considered to be one of the great monument there, one of the great building in the modern Kashmir. And prior to that, you lived in some other area, the old city of Kashmir. So let's all know about a bit in some good and beautiful anecdotes and imageries about your reflecting those days again for the
You know,
viewership or for the audience.
well, it's always enjoying to go back to early days, especially the what we call as Lokchar, your
Lakshar.
childhood. And I remember very distinctly certain aspects of that lecture, which I think that I keep on trying to relocate them to the thoughts of the young generation. This is how we used to do it. And
Yes.
it gives not only a pleasure, but it gives a melancholic touch that we used to have those days as children. I remember, firstly, that I was born in Srinagar and had my earlier schooling in Srinagar itself at the National High School in Karanagar.
Arey, wow,
And
that's also my school, sir. I also studied.
wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful. As a matter of fact, I don't know whether the principal of that school, who was Shamlal Raina Langar, he used to be called Mr. Shamlal Langar, he happened to be a student of my grandfather. And
okay.
therefore, I had to always to be on toes and alert. Not only he, but there were several other teachers, Mr. Mishri, Mr. Dar, Mr. Kaul, Mr. Roshan. They were all
Hotedar,
there and students
Hotedar.
of my grandfather. And
Okay.
therefore, whenever I used to enter the school, it used to be all eyes on me that I should not do anything such by which that I will have a bad report going back to my home. But having said that, the school used to love me, and I used to really enjoy being in the school, especially the morning prayers, which I, with one of my colleagues, later on, he was also with my friend, Mr. Jalali, and we used to together sing the prayer. Every day in the morning, we'll be
Oh,
singing the prayer. And it
arey,
was
wow.
be going on to the veranda of that school, which I distinctly remember.
In your
But
times also, we had the four houses. I remember in my times, 74,
yes,
75. I'm talking about Badsha,
oh,
Suya,
that is
Nahi.
much, much, much later. In my time, there were no houses, but we had
Okay,
activity in us in there. I remember that our school got burnt. That was when I was in a senior, in eighth or ninth, when our school was burnt, and then rather got burnt, and then we had to go for a temporary school for some time, and that gave us an opportunity to go with an, with receipts in our hand and collect money for the rebuilding of the school. That
arey,
was
wonderful.
also interesting.
Which year was
That
this, sir?
was also
Which year was
our
this?
school days. Yeah.
Which year was this?
That was 1952.
52.
I
Oh,
did my matriculation in 1953, so that was in 1952. I was 13 and a half years of age when I did my matriculation and to reach to that matriculation, I had an an eventual, I would say that, fight with my own life, in the sense that I am born twice,
Oh,
which should surprise you. How does that happen? That happens because when I was born, I was given up that he is not going to live up.
oh, I
And
see.
the doctors and everywhere else almost raised their hands. But there was a fat nurse, which subsequently used to be very much loved and respected in my family. And it is she who entered in, and he said that how can that happen? And I'm told that they lifted me and had a strong beating on me, and I cried. And that was being born again. This was a difficult birth because my this was an cesarean. I was born a second cesarean on my mother. Normally, this cesarean wants no cesarean, but then this was a second cesarean on her.
And your memories about the childhood in the vicinity where you lived along the river Veth,
Yes, see,
and
I have lived at the place that is called the Madan Lodge, around that place only. I
okay,
was born in that place, but our earlier ancestral home was at Fateh. I have some
okay,
pictures which I would like to share subsequently of our Fateh home and my ancestors, my great grandmother and others that
yeah,
who
we'll
were
talk.
there at that school, at that home. I was born at Shahid Ganj, that is Three Park Road. And that Three
Okay,
Park Road at that time used to be the road which used to connect the exhibition with Karanagar. There were only two parks on the two sides. This is also interesting. The park
two
on the
parts.
left used to be called the Zanana Park, and on the right used to be called the Gol Bagh. The
Oh,
left was then for women only, and the right was having beautiful chinars in between. And after that park finished, used to come the first park road. Then there will be second house, the second park road, and then there will be the third house. That is the number three park road. That's where our houses were. We had two houses, one in the front and one behind. The
oh,
one which was behind was the one in which that I was born in there. And then my father then built up another house there in front of us. So that is the modern house, which was that house incidentally was built as per the British uh, style,
architecture,
and
British style.
that was the
Okay.
first such house in the valley, which was built with heating system. That it had an heating system inside by which
Oh, I
hot
see.
water would go over to the rooms. Even the floor of our bathroom would get heated up by that hot water which will come over in there. There used to be tubs and all that. This was absolutely on the British style. This house was built, and we lived it subsequently over in that house. But
They had
our
those
house
furnace,
was in there.
furnace also,
So
no?
that was
Fire pot.
our
Yeah.
childhood was. I would say that my childhood was absolutely disciplined. A thing which I have enjoyed, and a thing which I have lived so far, and a thing which has made me having no regrets, in the sense that we had we never went out of our home alone. We brothers never went out of our home. We had always an escort with us.
Oh, I
Even to
see.
the school in early years, we had an escort taking us to school. We were supposed to wear the uniform in an immaculate manner. And if it used to get soiled, that we would ask questions. That ये कैसा हुआ, क्यों हुआ? And then, there was a catastrophe which came to us children in our early age. I was hardly
What
four
was it?
years of age when I lost my father. The
Oh, I
father
see.
of whom we were talking, that who was
Yeah, we'll talk.
an eminent engineer, and then came back from London with a King's College London with a degree in engineering, and
That time,
along with a degree in physics and a degree in mathematics. They used to call it at that time a tripos. So he had an
tripod.
engineering and a tripos. He was my father of whom I have absolutely no play, no interactions, because I was so young. But what we imbibed through my grandfather about him was always something which used to inspire us, me and my brothers, that how a student should be like, how we have to behave. And he
Let's go
used to
to
keep.
let's go to the retrospect a bit. Let's come to the legacy of Raja Diwan Pandit Dinanath Madan. So
Yes,
let
it's said that,
Dinanath, yeah.
way
Let's
back
talk
in
about
about,
him first. You are
yes,
because he's your ancestor. Yeah.
it's said that, that there are two opinions. One is that we were from Ranavari, the other says that we were from Madanyar. That is a place near Habakadal, which is supposed to be called after Madanyar. So
Okay.
our ancestors they moved over to Delhi. That was during the persecution in Kashmir.
Afghan
That was
Afghan
the 16th
Afghan period.
century, 14th century. And there, Pandit Dinanath Madan was in Delhi, but was called by Sri Gangarao, who was working with Maharaja at that time and Lahore. And he called him, he said that you come and assist us. He
Hmm.
came and assisted because he was good in mathematics and good in languages. He could speak Persian, he could speak English, and he spoke Sanskrit, something which my grandfather also inherited in having excellence in these languages. And therefore he came and slowly he was becoming a favorite with the Maharaja. He first took over the finances, and then from finances he became the revenues. Then from revenues he became the prime minister, the first minister,
Diwan.
and in with the Maharaja Ranjit Singh. You see, as a matter of fact, he is the one who has been involved in the Lahore Treaty, which came in subsequently, and Amritsar Treaty, as it is called, that where
The
the Britishers
between
settled
British and
and for Amritsar Treaty, that the state of Jammu and Kashmir, as it is called, subsequently became the state, and it was purchased by Maharaja by at that time Commander Gulab Singh,
commander
subsequently christened himself as Maharaja because
general.
he was the commander in that area. And the Britishers at that time had a very typical characteristics, that they found that this was a whole area all mountainous. How are they going to, defend? So they said, let us put somebody in there and give him something so that it is he who keeps on fighting there. So Maharaja Gulab Singh became Maharaja with that all area, and he purchased this valley as it is for a rupee per person, about 75 lakhs rupees. That
75
was,
lakhs, yes.
yes,
He
and
gave it
very
as
interesting.
a
It
bond
was
indemnity
also
also.
supposed to give. It was also supposed to give a few sheep, one shawl, and every year
And
to
other things as
the.
well. I have read it. I have read it.
But interesting thing about this is that at that time, during that time, that the will of the Dinanathji used to be such that everybody will be accepting him, including the Britishers, who even after the death of Ranjit Singh, he continued to be the one who will be uh, holding the administration. And in that process, that his brothers, his children, and his brothers were also distributed. The Britishers gave him an estate called Kalanor
Yes,
in
I heard
Punjab, where
20,000
he
rupees
was
annual.
the Raja. So that is how he became the Raja. And his progeny also kept on called the Raja. And one of his progenies got over to Gulab Singh in the sense that he posted them in Sakardu, you know, in
Sakadu.
an area, yes, off Ladakh, and as the agent there. And so that is how that our ancestors came over into the became, as they say it, Raja. My father's father's father was a Raja, in there, and that's how it was there. That's how this Dinanand Madan's this progeny have also gone to the other places. Pandit Upendranath Madan was another who came to Kashmir subsequently. Then his children were also having properties in Simla, and one Madan family, one big Madan family, is also settled in Simla, where they have got their own estate and their own properties. So this is
They
how
are the Sikh now. They are Sikh.
the Madan clan came in. We had, besides Pandit Nilakant Madan, we had Pandit Brij Krishan Madan, who was the principal of the Sri Pratap College in Srinagar. He was also from the Madan clan. And Pandit
And there's
Shyamlal Madan.
a Raja Gyannath Madan is also the Prime Minister of Jaipur State. He is from the same clan, almost they say.
Yeah, he's clan, but he is from Dinanathji's family, which is around, that which settled over in plains, which had their properties here in Punjab and Himachal Pradesh now.
Niranjanath Madan also, and there are other branches as well.
There are several of them, that. But basically, that what I wanted to say is that when you are talking of inheritance,
Yeah.
it was interesting for me when I was in Lahore. I have gone to 3, 4 times to Pakistan in connection with my professional work. And then they told me that, sir, will you like to visit Madanda Ku? There is a place called Madanda Ku. That's a well, which is in the name of Pandit Dinanath Madan.
It's in Lahore. It's in Lahore.
It's in Lahore. I have gone in there.
I got a
It's
photograph also. I'll show you in my photo tour.
It
I
is
got the
in there,
photograph.
and it is in the press also. It has been published.
Uh,
He has, during his reign, he had built a beautiful Shiva temple there, which used
oh,
to be a common place for all Kashmiri Pandits, which were in good number at that time, to come and meet there at that place. Unfortunately,
yes.
that was destroyed subsequently, that temple. But Madandi Gali, Madanda Ku, Madanda Kar, they still exist over in there, and that place is in
It's in a
Lahore.
depleted form, but yet they are there. I got
Yeah,
some photographs as well. Yeah. I mean, I know, I wanted to know this man. He was such a brilliant man, a finance minister, a genius. Actually, he was somebody said he was the secret man who actually was ruling during Maharaja Ranjit Singh's time, the holding the finances, administration, and all of the
absolutely.
rest.
Absolutely. You
He
can
was the actual
read
man who
any
was not
history
on the
book.
fence. Yeah.
You can read any history book, and you will find out that it was he who used to rule. He used to rule to this extent that when he passed away, when Ranjit Singh passed away,
Maharaja
that
Ranjit Singh.
yes, Maharaja Ranjit Singh passed away, he was given all the responsibilities of the state by the Britishers, and they found
And
him.
before that, even
Because he was
Maharani
very
and Sher Singh.
articulate.
Yeah.
He was very articulate in what he used to say. He had a capacity to speak and talk in English, in Persian, and in Urdu. He was good in those languages, and therefore they persisted with him, and that's how that they gave him large estates in Punjab to live, and christened him as
And
a
then
Raja.
20,000 rupees, annual that revenue. I mean,
Yes,
get to
yes,
get.
yes.
And there is this gentleman, English gentleman, who says that he is he who calls him Talleyrand of the Punjab. Well, because Talleyrand is also considered to in the history a personality who's diplomatic. He's a master skills in diplomacy,
If you see
who
what
could survive all the regimes and remain
Roger
indispensable.
Kingle said, he was the uncrowned king. He said
Uncrowned.
that he was the uncrowned king because he had the army, the finance, and the revenue, all the three under his control, which
What a great
normally
person.
does not happen in kingdom. You keep one of those things with different people. So he was having all the three. So he was an absolute person over and that time.
Yet he had a good connection with the diaspora despite rising to such a great heights in that time of Maharaja's
I,
emperorship.
I, I I said it that that was a place, that was a time when Kashmiri Pandits were in great hue in Lahore, in Amritsar, and in whole of Punjab towns. Especially, they say that Shivratri used to be the one of the richest festivals at that time, which he used to collect all the Kashmiri Pandits, and they would be coming to this temple, to this Shiva temple,
Some
which
of the
he had.
Madans are now, I mean, if we see their generations in Rajasthan or in Himachal or in Punjab, they are literally become now Punjabi speaking, Himachali speaking, and Rajasthani, because the generations and generations, the language and the environment has an effect. But the legacy remains that they are Madans.
You see, you talked about the word Madan, and you said, see, this is a group of people who are supposed to be the trading group, trading class in erstwhile Punjab. That means then where,
Khatri,
which is,
Khatri.
so they were the ones they are called from there. That is used to be mostly the region called Multan.
Okay.
So, in other words, that they will be referred to as Multani. Sometimes I am also categorized as a Multani. Some
Multani.
there is it is he is Madan, but that is a completely different group. That's a separate group. Genealogy is not
Genealogy is
connected.
different. It comes from the Multan, and your origin is from Kashmir. And but many Kashmiris when they live in
We have
Punjab,
we
and
have we have a great anthropologist, Dr. Madan, who is
some of them might
who has
also
written
be
a lovely
practiced.
book, which I have read about the kinship in Kashmir. As a matter of fact,
Oh,
that's
I
the book.
see.
Yeah.
And some of them are also their affinity with the Sikhism, and they became Sikhs and Punjabis and Sikhs also. Any of Madan?
Not that I am anywhere of, but
Okay,
I am
okay.
not aware of any Kashmiri Pandit becoming a Sikh or
Oh, I see. So
Punjabi Pandit.
Kashmiri Pandits had always this special superiority that we are the something different. We don't belong to this planet.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I would give you a simple example. I was down in the Guruvayur temple in south, which is considered to be a very auspicious place. And then I just was looking for a place where I will go, for, that washroom. And
Yeah.
then somebody led me to that place. And then he just casually asked me, just
Yeah.
outside, where are you from? I said, Kashmir. Then he said, Kashmiri Pandit. I said, yes. He prostrated in front of me. I'm trying to lift him. Baba, what are you trying to do? But he said that Uch Brahman means Kashmiri Pandit. That's what
Considered,
it
they were
is.
always
It's like
considered to be
that.
one of
And
the
we
well-read,
used
because
to
70 per 60% of our ancient literature has been contributed by Kashmiris. I mean, our old
you see,
sciences,
my
old
grandfather had a very, very ideally said about it that he said that a person who has a pen in his hand and he can pour the intellect of his brain through the pen is the one who will always be respected. That's what
that's
was, irrespective of what religion is. So
yes,
that
that's
is,
true.
and this thing was a great possession. He showed to me one day that you see, look, this AG's office. AG's office, that is Accountant General's office.
Yes.
Accountant General office was 100% Kashmiri Pandits in
Yeah.
there because it used to be all additions and subtractions had to be done by mouth, by mind, by intellectual power. So it all used to be. So they had this thing that there should be a pen
Even
in
the
their hand.
intelligence bureaus, all intelligence bureaus, Ramchand Kao and down, there were a lot many Kashmiri Pandits,
Whatever
Kashmiris
it
there.
is, but I know that you know. I would say that how intellectually endowed those people, our Kashmiri Pandits, were. I was in school, and we used to have to one Pandit Kashkari. She coming to our home in the evening, just to the children to tutor them, not really teach them, but to tutor them. He would be there for about an hour from the school and then go back to his home. And he would be telling us all types of stories. I was wondering that how much of knowledge he had. He was just a clerk in the Accountant General's office. And I think a lot of things which we have imbibed were from that Shamlal Kashmiri ji, Kashkari ji. And of
Kashgar.
course, my grandfather, who was who was an illuminating light to us all.
So let us rejoin this thread of from this Raja and the finance minister of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the great legacy which you possess. Let's come down to now Gopalji Madan, your great grandfather, and then his journey, and then finally Nilkant Madan, and then all other personalities in your clan
Not
through
that,
generations.
not that I know much about Gopalji Madan or his ancestor Birju Madan, but I had visually contact as a very young child with my great grandmother, Pandit Gopalji's wife, Madan's wife. I have a picture of that, all, of her
Oh,
also.
I see. Let
That
us know
was,
about some incidents, some anecdotes about your talking
yeah,
to your great
I
grandmother.
have no anecdote except for this that you know that that was at Fateh Kadal. You know, she used to live at Fateh Kadal, and when we moved over to Park Road to Shahidganj, she also came along. She was living at that time, and I have the picture of my father with his grandmother, showing that. But there was no interaction with them. My interaction started with my grandfather, and that was also that he became virtually a father. Not virtually, he was a father to me, and we did not.
Because
I
your
did not
father.
know towards. I did not know towards several years that I didn't have a father. I knew that he is my father. As a matter of fact, my school teacher told me one day when I was filling the matriculation form, I wrote on that father's name, I wrote Pandit Nilakant Madan. He came and he said that, no, 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 you cut this. I was in tears. I protested. How can this be? He said that he just casually told that he took out that form for me and then took away it and wrote with his own hands the name of Pandit Janakinath Madan as my father instead of Pandit Nilakant Madan. Then I went to my home, and then my grandfather explained to me that what it has been all like. Though I was knowing that there was some Janakinath, in their house, and he was so everybody is talking about him, everybody gives about his examples and all that. But you know, I used to be all the time with my grandfather. I should say that I used to sleep also with him.
Tell us about your anecdotes with him as a personality, because he was an educator and the pioneer of that Biscu school, which was
You see,
probably yeah.
I wondered what type of knack he had of teaching, probably that which I've tried to emulate several times. You know, about 20 to 25 relations of ours used to come to our home just to get, lessons. He will not teach, but he would give lessons. And those lessons have really boosted those people as they used to boost me. Every day in the morning, I had to say a word. You see, this is something which people might wonder. When we get up, the first thing I had to say a word, any word. Then he would start with a shalok
Oh,
on that word. And he would then explain me that shalok to me. And then he will quote some Farsi or some, that English or Farsi, mostly Farsi, versions of such a thing, which will explain this, what does it mean. And therefore, that every time, every day used to be a learning day. Every morning used to be a morning. I know till today I don't, I'm not so well versed with Sanskrit or Hindi, but I know shlokas.
oh,
And
that's because of
sometimes I wonder that I don't know how to read them. I don't. My daughter was telling me, "Papa, आप इसको बहुत अच्छी तरह से उच्चारण से बोलते हो," लेकिन I cannot. If somebody puts those things in front of me, I may not be able to read, and that is because of that thing which we learned from him. The other thing is that which we had as childhood, I must say, there are two, three things. Number one is one day I came from school and I lie down and some pennies, change fell out of my pocket.
oh,
So my grandfather saw to this. He said that where has this money come? Because we were never allowed to have money in our pocket.
Oh.
Never. Till matriculation, I have never had money in my pocket. If something had to be done, it had to be done through parents or through the
You
servants.
were in the which school? You were in the same school where your grandfather was? CMS?
No, no, no. I have studied in National High School. CMS much earlier than that.
That was
He
much
had
earlier.
retired. My
Okay.
grandfather had retired. I didn't have my father. I was there
Okay.
at the National High School. Me and my brothers, we all studied that at the National High School under strict supervision of the teachers. So, so when I came to this, he just collected this and counted them, and then kept it. He said that you keep it in your pocket. And the next day, I say that he appears in the school. You see, when it was rare he would come, but when he will come, there will be stand still in the school. All the teachers will stand and all that. So he came and he said that who is his form teacher? I said this, and then he asked him that why have you given him this money? He said this is the school fees. He is our monitor, so he said that this is not the way to collect fees. So he told the principal, Mr. Shamlal Langar, his name, he said that you are not supposed to collect students to collect fees. It should be the teachers who should collect it fees. So that was, that one thing I noticed about it. The second thing is that he was very strict, absolutely strict. And we had a few and
Punishments as well.
punishments as well.
Like,
And the one which was most serious was that I had only one friend who came to my home, only one friend. He had come and he innovated. He said that we'll prepare ink ourselves.
oh,
मील लिखने वाली
meal,
मील
paane banao.
हाँ मील अपने आप बनाएंगे अपने बनाने को so he got some color and then we had in a drawing room. It was about 20 by 22 and we had a carpet, fully carpet. So he made this thing there and then this got spilled and the whole carpet got so what we did is that we removed the sofa from one side and put it on top of it in order to so that it is not discovered that there is ink under it. So the next day it came to know that there is this thing. So when they asked it, that we kept quiet. My my brother kept quiet, and then we had the real thrashing. Not that we have spoiled this carpet, but what we have now, tried to hide it and not speak the truth. If it
Oh,
was spoiled, you should have come forward and said. But
honesty.
yeah, you should not have.
Character formation. Yeah.
And
It
the
was
childhood
natural in those days. Yeah.
distinct memory is that we
Home
could
was
not
the.
demand. We could not demand anything in front of anyone in the home. If there is a visitor coming in, हम कोई चीज़ मांग नहीं सकते थे. और हमें इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ ये लगती थी कि जो हमारे घर में आते थे, those people will come. They will come with some goodies. At that time, goodies used to be nadir monje or
Another
some
one.
or some these katlamas and all that. They will come like that to our house. And so when we see this thing, we get enthusiastic about as children.
Tempt.
But we were supposed never to ask for anything. It will be 4 o'clock, and there will be a time for this, and my grandmother will distribute it to everyone. We had a fixed time for dinner. It will be 9 o'clock. We'll take only dinner at that time, not earlier than that. So there used to be fixed things. If we have to visit some of our families, especially that in our relations, marriage or something, somebody will go ahead of us there to find out whether the atmosphere there is okay, the place there is okay, the people there are okay. Then only we, our children, will be allowed to go there. So
Your
this
your
type
grand
of
your grandfather must have been very well versed with the Western sciences, English literacy, because mathematics and all these things they came up
no,
later.
no,
Yeah.
he was, as a matter of fact, that you will see that he and my grandmother went to Karachi to see off my father. and they give that beautiful detailing of that
Hmm.
when they first time traveled in the train and all that and went there and to see him
Okay.
off. Those days when the young person used to go out of the country, it used to be a say goodbye to him, because hardly there used to be no communication. It used to take months for a letter to come from there, from England to India. And it used to take months for a person to reach there
Months to
by
reach back.
sea. So, it was at the initiation of the Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, that who
He's,
deputed Pandit Janki Nath for training at King's College London.
yeah, let's talk about Jankinath now. You talk about Jankinath Madan, your father, the great father. He was a great personality who stood in Banaras Hindu University, topped there, and then
No,
he went
he was at Lucknow University. My father
Lucknow.
was at
Okay,
my brother was at Banaras University.
okay.
My father
Your
was
brother,
at Lucknow University. My father,
Lucknow.
you see, he topped in matric, topped in FSC, and topped in BSc in Kashmir. And
Okay.
he also played for Kashmir in hockey, for Kashmir Wanderers, and
Hmm.
won against Punjab. And he
Yeah, he's a hockey. He was a hockey player as well. Huh?
was a hockey player. And
That's into
at that
your
time,
bloodstream. You also played
because my
cricket. Yeah.
grandfather wasn't sportsman, he was an excellent sportsman. So he
Really?
would give this permission for him to play hockey, and he used to be good in sports. I have a few, certificates which have been written by teachers who were teaching him at that time in SB College. What they have written about him, that as his capacity, a picture of that King's College London, all the students in a line.
Yes, there is some picture. You send me some pictures. Maybe one is there, one maybe about the London as well. Uh,
Yes.
but one thing which really makes me very proud is
Stone and masonry wall.
oh
Then it was and the contouring of an house. That what should be the contour, what should be the side, what should be the windows, the concept. That's how that Hari Bhavan was constructed. And if you see our house, if you see the picture of our house, and it's exactly that where the as the picture of
something
that
to do with your father.
Darbar Hall, as well as the Zanana. I have taken pictures of that. Made us lose him because we are near Baramulla. There is a place called Mohra where there is a powerhouse. That was a small powerhouse at that time.
Yes,
And there was a
yes.
channel which was bringing water. And that channel was getting broken every second day. So he designed that channel afresh so that the water comes in there and it doesn't get obliterated. It doesn't get vitiated in terms of its flow. He had to stay to do this several times, and one time he got delayed to return. It rained very heavy, and he had to stay in an doka, in an Gujar doka.
Oh,
And in their Gujar doka, he contacted a type of a lice, you know, which was having the infection of typhus. And typhus was not treatable at that time. And that's how, at a very young age,
so sound is slightly falling. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because probably my sound is falling.
So I mean,
So
this is what
it is
you
very
you are.
nostalgic to talk about father and that to say the way he lost his life. I know that those of his colleagues and those of the people who have lived with him, and they narrate to me when I grew up that what a day it was. That it was the darkest day of Kashmir. There was gloom all over the valley,
Such
and
a great personality, well read, and returned
yeah,
from London, well taught.
that's true. And then my mother had a double catastrophe in the sense that on one hand she lost a person who was a star, and at the same time that we had three children, three sons to
Oh,
be taken care of. But to my grandfather, salute to him, that my father did such a wonderful job. and trained us all with an eye and with a future. I have got a small book which my grandfather had given to my father,
Hmm.
and that book, that's not a book, that's things of sayings. Just a minute. This is an, where we keep on saying things, about nature, about times, about people, and all that. And in that he has quoted. Uh, just a minute. This is not in a very good condition now. It's in a
Okay.
very tall. This was originally presented by my grandfather to my father, and then subsequently my father sent to me. And this
This
says
is
steps to achievement. And in the steps to achievement, he he has mentioned that that is with his own hand. The rest of it is something which is having, sayings from people. But it is, he says that notwithstanding all that is said regarding luck,
hmm.
the best kind of success in every person's life is not that which comes by accident. So you have to work for your success. And subsequently, he says, the person who desires success must clearly discern their goal and towards that goal constantly direct their effort. And in this direction, he used to tell me that I don't care whether you are an engineer, a doctor, or a bricklayer. You may just be laying bricks. But every person who has got bricks to be laid in his home must come to you.
Oh, you become the
That
indispensable
that's
personality
this line
in your
which he
own
said.
trait.
You have to be perfect in your work,
Perfect.
and that has somehow got written in me. That once you have to do something, you have to be perfect. You have to work for it, and perfect with a goal. I've always kept that thing in my mind, and always work. And that's what I tell my students also, to my colleagues also, that you see, the first thing you must say do is have a goal to yourself. And the goal need not to be for 6 years, for 7 years, or 7 days. It can be even for 7 hours. Take a piece of paper and write in front of yours, as I always used to have in my lab, that what is you have got a target to achieve. Once you work for your targets, that then your mind is connected with that, and you always keep on thinking about that. You bring about an environment around you by which you will be able to fix yourself to the target which you have got to achieve. And that's what success really means.
How
And
old were you? How old were you when your father, Janki, uh, Madan
I
Saab,
was
it-
4 years, four
four
and a
years?
half.
And the other brothers must have been 1 2 year
My
younger.
elder brother was 3 years senior to me, and younger brother was about 1.5 years junior to me.
Okay. So that must have been a very great tragedy in terms of all things like
I
economy,
cannot
economic
describe
support.
that because we didn't live it, that tragedy, because we were not allowed to live it. But subsequently, the effects of it came to us. My grandfather, that he had a tremendous application.
Okay.
For instance, that one other thing, this is an this is again an historic thing, an historic document. You can see the condition in which it is. It is called Farsi Logat. Farsi
Okay.
dictionary.
Farsi
This
Lugat.
Farsi dictionary is written in 1861. This volume is written in 1861.
One.
1861. And
I mean,
it
that
still
was,
exists
my
with
goodness.
me because he used to be very discerning about the words we should
Hmm.
go at a place.
So this is
You
a
can,
dictionary. This is a dictionary about Persian meaning Persian words or the
yes,
translation into
Farsi means
Kashmiri.
Persian. He
Okay.
would be Persian. He was very good in Sanskrit and, of course, in English, where he used to
English
teach.
was
Yeah,
because he was teaching in an English school. You
yes,
know.
and he
So
was
you,
also
yeah.
he was also a sportsman. My grandfather was a sportsman. He used to play football.
Okay.
You'll not believe me. He had come to Ambala in his young days with a team to play football. And he says that when Bisku Sahib first came, the mission school started. The people came with their wooden these kadawas, wooden shoes.
Crow,
They use
crow,
kadav. That they
crow,
would come with a wooden crow and they
crow.
will handle football with the sleeves of their ferran because this was a leather thing, cannot be handled.
I've seen
So
this photograph somewhere. Yes,
he
it looks
says,
very funny, but yes.
he actually does it. Then another incident he told me that was about our Prime Minister, Kashmir Prime Minister Bakshi Ghulam Ahmad. He was a student. He used to come to this mission school. He would come with 2 paisa or 3 paisa and deposit with him. अब कल मैं गया था वहाँ मशाली के लिए तो मैं वहाँ से ये लाया हूँ आप इसको रख लीजिए you keep it so that I get the month's salary. And I have seen this thing. There was one engineer by the name of Mr. Uh, Mir, Mir Ghulam Rasool, one of the eminent engineers who was father's contemporary. He
Okay.
had a marriage in his home. And then my grandfather took me along. I was with a finger in his hand. We went in.
This, this,
Bakshi Sahib stood up and said, class stand. Everybody stood up for Pandit Nilakant Madan. And he made him to sit the place where he was himself seated. Bakshi Ghulam Ahmad. He was at those days deputy prime minister. And this is the type of regard and respect people had for
respect
him.
he held because of his, because of his capacity, because of his education, because of his contemplation, because of his brilliance, outstanding brilliance, and then education as well.
And then his
Uh,
capacity to imbibe into people.
I want to just one interjection here. Uh, Madan caste, because we have basically, as per Sarga also say has written somewhere, there are few castes, Kashmiri castes, which are the original, which started from centuries ago. Like Rajdans were there, Dars were there. I heard that Madans are also come from Rajdans. Is
Yes,
there?
yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes, there's a reference, there's a historical reference to this. That Razdan are mollusks from Ranabari.
acha.
It's written somewhere, but I have no authenticity to and documentation to support that. It could be. But what I know is that Madan started from Madanyar. That's what I know.
Madanyar. Madanyar. It was a place, Madanyar. So the
This is
name of the
near
place came as it comes across the globe.
this is on the river bank
River.
in beyond Habakadal and Banamala. It's in between there.
Okay. Okay. Abkadal Manamala. I see. And now I want to talk about this great personality. Although he lived for how many years? 35 years of his age. Your father, Jankinath Madan.
Yeah, he total lived for about 35 years.
Okay.
He was born in 1910 and then he passed away in 44. He did his engineering from London in 1934 Then
That's a very
34 to 44 he served in the state of Jammu and
King's
Kashmir.
College. Yeah.
Yeah, in King's College.
And now, when we come down and we look back, the legacy he left in your, because your achievements there.
Yeah, I am a throughout from their legacy in the sense
But
my brothers engineers.
yet, Jawahar and you and the younger brother. Let's quickly come
Mohan,
down from your
they
two
were both
brothers and then.
engineers.
Huh?
There is a story to this also, in the sense that you see those days, government of Jammu and Kashmir used to send people for the nomination to different. There used to be no training places in Kashmir. They will nominate
Okay.
people to different colleges and places. So when it came to our turn, that it came on the basis of merit that my elder brother would be going for engineering, and I would be going for medicine. So my grandfather was happy that the at that time the accountant general told my grandfather कि भाई उनका हो गया है उनका बच्चों का हो गया है एक इंजीनियरिंग में जा रहा है एक मेडिसिन में जा रहा है so he told me next day to go and collect that order because secretariat was very close to us. He gave me the location of a gentleman. You go and contact him. He will get the order and will go. When I went to him and he got order, it was not for medicine, it was for veterinary science. That my
Oh,
name was commanded. When it was asked that A. Fazali, he was asked, he said कि एक ही family के but family means two people from the same Hindu family. One will go for medicine, one should go for veterinary, one should go for engineering.
hmm.
So that's how that I landed in veterinary, and I think that was the beautiful day that I landed into this
You did a
area,
lot many
which has given me.
revolutionary, changes in the science and the
Yes.
research
But I'm
after.
telling you that this is how Jawahar went for engineering. He did his engineering, and after coming back, he specialized in a little bit of architecture. And besides being the structural engineer, that he was connected with the construction also. If you
He
go to
worked in the
say
J&K government. He worked in the J&K government or as
yes,
a consultant.
every one of us had to come back and stay, serve the state government, including me.
To serve the state. So it was
Yeah.
secretariat. He
He,
built
he
secretariat
came
at
back to
Tagore Hall.
government,
I heard about, and he
served
built
the
that
state
sacred
government.
canopy of that sacred place, Hazrat Bal. Tell me something about these
If
things.
you go to the secretariat, the present secretariat, the
Yeah.
big secretariat building, you can find his name written in over in there because he was the one who was involved in the construction of that big secretariat. Then he constructed the Tagore Hall. Then he became the Bakshi Stadium,
One
and
of the great
that's
auditoriums
almost
and
all
first
of these activities. Yeah,
proscenium
and he was
theater in Kashmir.
greatly respected because of he was said that he is exceptionally brilliant, and so that he used to earn a lot of respect from people. Unfortunately, he also passed away at the same almost the same age.
Oh,
He developed an heart condition.
when did he pass away?
He passed away in 71.
At what age?
Born in 1938 and was born and passed away in 71.
He was 71 of age.
Yes,
71,
yes.
1971 he passed away. How
Yeah.
old was he?
Same 36,
Same. Oh,
around the same. And my younger brother also passed around the same age.
he also passed around the same age.
Same age.
This is a, I mean, this is a numerological,
You can see that
shocking
you can see
numerological
that
wonder.
journey my mother has gone through. And at some young age, and these brilliant people. Mohan had, Mohan, like my father, had topped in matric, in FSC, and in BSc in Jammu
Okay.
and Kashmir University. And then he was admitted, he got himself admitted at the BHU, Banaras Hindu University, Banco. And in that, he topped there. He was the ranker in there, as they call it. And then got into the Indian Engineer Service, where he was
IES.
allotted to Central Water and Power Commission. In Central Water Commission, he was assigned a job at
Okay.
Salal Hydel project.
NHPC.
And in Salal Hydel project, uh, he is the one who designed the tail race tunnel. Till that time, they had difficulty because tail race tunnel is the one tunnel which lets the water pass while the main dam is being constructed on top.
So the penstock.
So, so he is the one who gave that streamlined flow over in there, so that even if too much of water comes in there, the the tunnel doesn't get obliterated. But unfortunately, he was having a delegation because his this work caught international attention, the what she had done. So for that, a delegation from Hungary and Romania had come
Yes.
to see the site.
Hmm.
He took them to the site area. While they were returning, it rained very heavy. And in his enthusiasm to see these foreigners are not detained, he got on top of an bulldozer and started instructing how the road should be cleared. And in that instant, there was a stone which came from above, rolling down and hit him.
Which year was this?
And hit him, and that was a fatal hit. So
Very
that was
sad,
the moment.
premature. And you are the survivor. But let's talk about you now, Madan Saab. We have already talked about you, and you have a huge biodata and you have been university vice chancellor of two universities, and your research papers. You have gone to the prestigious organizations abroad, led the delegations, and let's know something about you. You are, if we go quick in a quick moment, we can see that you studied in Amar Singh College probably, and then you served National High School, and then finally you went for your veterinary graduation from Punjab University. Yeah.
Actually, that uh, I had great interest in cricket. So in 1953, the first cricket team of Jammu and Kashmir, I played for that. Then subsequently, that when I came out in 55 for my training in here, this used to be called the Punjab College of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry at Hisar. The place was, I would say, very hot, very hot. And for the
Hmm.
in the month of June, we had to come. So when I landed at the railway station, and I was told by rickshaw, you have to go to such and such place. So I found the story of Gulipal and Lilliput, where those arrows were being hit on him. I found those hot sand used to come and hit me. And then I had, for the first time in my life, sweat on the back of my hand, in the arms, and all that. So I'm wondering where I am. So I came over and there to the hostel. I reached there. It was an awful situation. But then the day I saw the people were playing cricket.
Okay.
So in the ground. So I also, for not first day, second day, third day, I also requested them I will play. The principal of that college, he used to live in a house by the side of this ground. So he saw me playing. So he called me. He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Jammu and Kashmir." So soon after, there is a circular that I have not reached the age of 16 and I cannot be a part of the university before the age of 16. I have to have the 16 years of age. So
Oh.
that clerk told me you have to go back to your college. So they wrote a back letter to the
uh,
state government that we cannot accept you. So I told the principal was Rai Bahadur P. Nanda. He was the commissioner, earlier commissioner in the government of India. So when he heard this thing that I am being asked to go, he said, "No, no, no, don't worry. Don't go. I will write to your chief secretary. I will write to you." So I got stuck over in there. And fortunately, I in the studies, God helped. My mother's blessings helped. Even if I had written a letter that I am returning, I wrote a letter to my mother that I cannot stay here. It's an awful atmosphere and all that. But when I reached the post office, which was in front of my, this again I'm talking of determination. When I reached
Hmm.
the post office, there's a scene came to me that what will happen in my home that when will say that I have returned defeated. What will be the atmosphere at that time with my mother and others? That वापस आ गया ये, छोड़ के आ गया ये. I tore that letter. Just on the moment when I was supposed to post it, I tore that letter. And I stayed back. And I stayed back for good. In the sense that every time I used to redouble my effort to
So
see
you
that.
later on you just you went and you did your doctorate, and then you let's talk about
No,
your.
after completing my BVSC, I had to
Hmm.
serve the state government again. So I went and joined the state government. That was
J&K
SS.
State. J&K State
And
Government?
the place where I was posted was Shupayang. I have
Shupaya.
spent 3 years, 3 years in Shupayang.
Okay.
That was one of the most interesting part of my life in the sense that once I went on Shupayang, they said that अरे ये कौन सा आ गया है ये क्या मैं हाफ पैंट पहन के अपना रैकेट लेके बैडमिंटन रैकेट लेके निकल गया वो उन वकीलों को इकट्ठे किया to lawyers there. Let us
Uh,
play badminton. So there was a doctor, Dr. Ali Muhammad, who was a civil surgeon. So he and me, we formed a team with together. So I got active on that front to this extent that Dr. Ali Muhammad and I have performed cesarean section on human beings because he had nobody to support him. So he used to say that he isn't professional, इसने cesareans किए हैं. आ जाओ चलते हैं भाई चलते हैं पेशेंट आ गया गाँव में.
so
So do
you
that
perform cesarean on human beings as well.
on human beings. At least as an assistant, I will be in there.
Okay.
But then I innovated on, which is a long story, on certain things with respect to my profession, and therefore created an image that a veterinarian has got a value in the society, and created a value for myself. With the result that it was not, they would no longer tell me to go to the back seat in a bus because magistrate is coming to sit in this bus. They will not do it subsequently. There is
You
a
were
fear. They will not allow. They will not tell me आपको खड़ा रहना है क्योंकि किसी MLC और MNN ने बैठना है. No, I would be the first to sit in there. So that is the type of environment I created over in there,
respect.
and
That
subsequently
you truly deserved as well. After that, you left state
after
services
that
and you.
I, that I my younger brother, you see, interestingly, used to come to me when I was in Srinagar. I was serving in there. I had a big bag. This
Hmm.
bag was full of medals and cups and all that, which I had won in sports. He would come and stand in front of me, and then he will shake it up and tell me that आवाज आती है, आवाज आती है. मैंने कहा कि हाँ क्यों? अच्छा, why are you wasting this effort which you have put up in winning these medals? Don't serve here. You go and study further. So he was, a crystal all the time that you go and study further. My wife also pressured. By that time, I was already married and having a child. My wife also pressurized me that no, you go, you study further. So I left after 3.5 years of service for my master's program. And in master's program, what I had thought I have to do for research, I did it. During master's program, then I wrote a project for and sent it to 5 universities in the United States. The 2 universities accepted it with full payment. But by that time, I had an employment with the university in Ludhiana. They did not let me go. They said, no, we cannot let you go to the place where you are. You go here. Again, I insisted, no. If I have to go, this is the only place in the world where you have got a climatic chamber, where you can put an animal and make any climate for him, and then study what happens to this animal. In the same laboratory, there were at that time monkeys being put and human beings being put in a basket and made to run. That was a NASA laboratory. So that
NASA.
basket, that will be, so that it goes out of the Earth's this centrifugal force. And in that laboratory, I was accepted. And I wrote a project which I had written in here. This was a project which I had in my mind, which I had put it in paper and pink ink. When I went over in there and I submitted that after the first meeting, my committee rejected my candidature for PhD. They said, sorry, if you want to do what you want say you are doing, it will take you 8 years. This is not a PhD program.
Oh,
So my boss said that unless you are able to convince the committee, I cannot say anything. So I was very disappointed. I then requested my boss that, sir, can it be reconsidered? He said, I can reconvene it, not reconsider. I can reconvene it if you have something to say. I said, sir, I wrote that why I am doing this. So I told that this is because of the problem in India, where in summertime animals undergo sterility, infertility. And I want to investigate it. Why does this happen? And that's why that I have written this project. So the committee saw it and appreciated it, but said that you cannot do this. It is too long a program. Then very interestingly, those days there used to be a TV program every Saturday by the name of Mission Impossible.
oh,
It used to be
that's
a
a movie.
very popular program, and every student will, because those days there used to be only one TV in whole of the hostel, and everybody will come and lie down there and wait to see this Mission Impossible. Though it was a mission impossible, but every time the hero will be successful in achieving the mission.
Yes.
This thing stuck to me on my head. And I wrote a piece of paper, a letter to my boss. And he said, sir, I have seen this mission impossible every time this happens. Will it be possible that my project is also taken as a mission impossible? Where it is impossible, but I will make it possible. I didn't dare to meet him. So I left it with the secretary. The same day evening, the secretary gave a message in my hostel that you are supposed to meet your boss tomorrow. Next day, I met my boss. He said that I am reconvening your committee again. So third day, my mission became possible. That
Oh.
project was accepted.
You have
So
got Professor Madan. You got your Padam Shri for what outstanding work. Although there are lot many things. I mean, this box is filled with lot many bounties of your achievements, which added on to this world of wet sciences and other aspects. But what was the reason you were given the Padam Shri by Government of India?
actually, that once I was there in US, and the work which I did there for my PhD was very well received by scientific community. And I was given an postdoc fellowship by the University in California that you come and join. But at the same time, there was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Fletcher. He had taken over the vice chancellor of Haryana Agriculture University. He came over and he was told about that there is an Indian like this, and this is his merit, and this is how I was declared that student of the postgraduate student of the centenary. They had 100 years of celebrations, and I was about the 25,000 students declared as the best postgraduate student. So when he came to know about, he said I would like to meet him. So cutting the story short, he came to me and insisted that I should come back. And he said that anything you want, I will give you. Any facility you want, I will give you. But I can't give you more than 700 rupees as salary. Well, I was drawing several thousand rupees there as salary.
Sound slightly sound. Yeah.
So
Closed out.
I immediately thought of what should be done, but he was insisting that I
Okay.
must come and accept this offer He said, I will have good education for your children. I would have all the laboratory, all the equipment you want, I will give you. So I returned back. And after I returned back, he did what he promised. Within 45 days, he got a laboratory prepared for me.
Oh,
Then at Hisar, so I started all that type of a work which I had done in US, that type of work, especially in hormone assays. I started that work in here. That gave me quite a bit of strength in that we can do work here in India also, a frontline work. From there, from Hisar, I was taken over by the DG ICR to come over to Karnal. They were starting a new facility in physiology. They said that we need somebody as a biotechnologist to come on. So
okay.
I came over here and started work over in here in the area of reproductive biology, where I did, you know, produced a calf on the bench. You see, normally that we produce, a calf is born inside the female reproductive tract. The
Hmm.
male and the female sperms and the egg that meet inside the womb, inside the uterus.
Hmm.
But we did this on the bench, on the laboratory bench. So for the
Oh,
first time that we produced a fertilized embryo. And then after this embryo, we did this embryo transfer. They put it in the female reproductive tract of other animals and produced as many as 10 animals from a single cow in a year's time. So
so
this
in
was
a
a
way,
bit
it
new.
was in
This was
layman's
a bit
language, it
new.
was a test tube baby. You created a test tube baby
Yeah,
kind of
that
a
is the
thing.
subsequently that we produced then the test tube baby, the
Uh,
first in the world from buffaloes. So that
Buffalo.
was one of the leading areas. The technology which came along with it, you see, that is something which is big. And then it this technology came further on that we started cloning. That means from an animal
Clone.
and same animal type is being produced. And
Hmm.
this cloning is done now not from the reproductive organs from either from the sperm or from the egg.
Hmm.
Now we can produce a young one from the air cell. कान से सेल निकाल के या स्किन से सेल निकाल के उसका दूसरा बना सकते हैं. So this is what we talk of cloning. So
Hmm.
these technologies which we innovated and developed is one which caught the eye of the administration that this needs to be facilitated because it was done for the first time. The
You have
government has now put in about 2,000 crores, uh, 2,500 crores for a program for all the states in this country to have this in vitro fertilization for faster multiplication of our
so you
animals.
are the pioneer. You are the trailblazer, the pioneer of this
Pardon?
whole. You are the pioneer in creating this entire,
Yeah, yeah.
scientific research. And Padam Shri came out just because of this achievement or
Because of the
something else.
science and technology. But this is
Okay.
actually Padma Shri not to me. As it says, it is for science and it's for technology. And with me
Okay.
have been a score of people that who have been associated with me from time to time. And this award, as a matter of fact, is as much theirs as it is mine.
So, Banan Sahab, let's talk about these are the technical things which probably the audience may not understand very deeply, but yes, they are the achievements as they are. Uh, I would like to say that you have traveled a lot abroad in many places, leading the very prestigious delegations also. And although the purpose must have been always the professional one, tell us something about, apart from your professional life, your travels to different places. Besides your own work, did you also acclimatize with the environment, sociology, and other aspects of those places where you went?
I think I will cut a sorry figure in that because I
Okay.
used to virtually go always as a rat for a
Okay.
purpose and for a function, for a definite
Okay.
operation. I have worked in Brazil, I have worked in Egypt, I have worked in Iran.
Brazil.
Yeah, because I was on the UN panel,
You
United
were in the
Nations FAO panel. So they will depute me for 2 months, 3 months to teach them, to teach these people, and to teach about this technology of embryo transfer. So I will go almost, that with the blinkers on my eyes to achieve things, and I would be mostly spending my time on professional activity, and very little time for sightseeing and things, because I found that everything is same everywhere you went. It is more
Yeah,
or
it's
less,
a handful of muck.
yeah. But,
As my
as
great
a matter
master
of
says,
fact,
it is the
but there
handful of
were
muck.
people are different. I can tell
Yes,
you my experience
and
in one of the countries.
people who were
One of
different,
the countries,
you encountered them in your classroom because the people came to your class, so you could understand the people, their dialect, their mannerism. You could
oh
understand
yes,
it.
yes. Most interesting part of it was when in Iran. That since
Yeah,
I knew a
Iran.
little of Urdu and Persian, so they did not know that I know it. So I also kept quiet for about a week,
Okay,
so I could understand all what they were talking.
Persian.
But
Yeah.
speaking about again about Iran, I must admit, not without naming, the gentleman who was the chief in there. He was from the Jahaz Sazindagi, that they used to call it the Ministry of Agriculture. And then he came and he said, "Sir, you have been working very hard. You have not taken off. Why don't we go to Mazandaran? That's a beautiful area in Iran, a very green area. Well, let's go for one evening to Mazandaran." I said, "All right." So this was on Sunday evening, so we went to Mazandaran, and there he was very fond of taking hookah, as most of the people keep on
That they
smoke.
speak.
Yeah. So he charged and hookah and all that, and then said, and he said, "Sir, since the day you have come, I have a question in my mind." I said, "What is it?" He said that, "Can I ask? I hope you won't mind." And I said, "No, no, go ahead." He said, "I'm just wondering, if you don't come and you don't teach us, will Iran fall? Will Iran go underground? You come early in the morning from 7 o'clock till about 3 o'clock. You keep us working, 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 working.
They are the fun-loving people.
Iran will not,
They enjoy
Iran will
life.
not disappear if you don't do this." You see, this is exactly what his words were. So I'm telling you that there were different types of associations, different types of concerns, and
People
all
and
that.
all, and Egyptians and
So
all
my
Egypt.
aim
Yeah.
was never to go sightseeing, which of course used to come of its own. When you are going as a part of a delegation, then the host country will
They
usually
take you
treat you
along.
there. Whether you are in China, they will take
Well,
you to different.
only I wanted to know about, because you are a Kashmiri Pandit and you have a legacy of that finance minister as your great, one of the great ancestors, and then your legacy of your great grandfather, father, and others. Uh, Intelligent, observant, Kashmiri sensibility, wherever sociology is something which attracts everyone. To understand the sociology, even in the classroom, a bit of it, a differentiation between Egyptians and the Iranians and the other places as a teacher, because something you gather.
Sure, surely, surely. You can make very clear difference. You
Yeah,
see, for instance, Brazilians, they were very deceptive. In
that
anything
is
you
something.
tell them, they will be very deceptive. They will enjoy also subsequently, but as far as that contact, one-to-one contact was, it was a highly deceptive thing. You know, people different. For in Bulgaria, I found they were also very, very receptive people. So,
Bulgarians.
but sometimes people are not, that receptive, because where the life is easy, where they don't have any struggle. So for
Yes.
them it becomes very easy to live, and they live easy. But for every place there is something to learn.
Yes,
Wherever I used to go, I
certainly.
used to learn, and that learning process used to continue to come back to my laboratory. So my students would always say this: "He has gone and पता नहीं अब क्या लेके आएगा वहाँ से." हमें और रात भर काम करना पड़ेगा. We have been working in my lab around the clock, and this was known. So very often I have taken my shoes off only when I used to go to washroom. Otherwise, it used to be 24 hours work in the laboratory. And my all credit goes to my wife that was been taking care of my
Yes,
children.
the ultimate.
I have not taken really great care of them at all. I was not having time to do that.
That's so wonderful. I mean, we could talk. There's a huge, things to talk about. Your awards which you have won, the work which you have done. That's very outstanding. But yes, we have to see the time and the scope and of the program as well. And before we go, I like to ask you something. I mean, how do you feel as a Kashmiri who lived outside Kashmir, who was born in Kashmir, and then he rose to the ranks through his hard work and research and brilliance and what was in the family genetics. He did a lot many things, traveled abroad and did a lot many contribution to the wet sciences. And how do you at the back think as a Kashmiri, uh, what is your sense of feeling of achievement uh, as a Kashmiri? How do you think that you have been you are justified with the legacy of Kashmir?
You
Do you
see,
ever?
feeling a sense of achievement has never really come.
Okay,
Feeling a sense of belonging has always been there.
okay,
Belonging that I belong, because I remember that when I went to States, at that time going to States used to be also a very big thing. It was in '68.
yeah, that time.
You had no communications, pata nahi tha America. How is it and how you go? And when my mother in Srinagar, I left my home. I was in a tanga, and my mother, before the tanga left my home, she told me one thing. She said that you see, you are going away from here. Nobody will know what you are doing and how you are doing. And I tell you, you do whatever you think is right for you.
Oh,
But always remember that you belong to a family and you belong to a father. You should never do anything which will come as a block spot to the family
that's
and
so
to me and to your brother.
very elated personality must have been your mother.
I have never
Yeah,
smoked.
never
I have
smoked.
never, I have never had alcohol. Never. Sometimes people ask, "ये क्या बात क्या है?" But today I'm revealing the secret to you that what my mother had said, that
Teetotaler.
don't do anything which will bring a bad name to the family, to me, and to her father, to her late
What a
father.
sanskar! I mean, those were the Oriental sanskar,
And that has
especially.
stayed with me till today. Even in my office, that people never used to come to have gupshup, you know. I don't drink tea, so they will not come and gather in my office to
It's
have tea.
all work, all work.
No, no. I had kept a tea time in my lab, so all my students will come and they will gather. I will go and join them, but it will
You have
not
done a
that.
lot of Madan Sahab. You have done a lot of work in environmental. You are in a lot of environmental area also. You are an
Gee,
activist, environmental activist. Tell us something about a liner or two about it, about your role as an environmentalist.
um, also, I told you that I work through targets, and my targets are fixed as per the needs. When I went over to Maharashtra, to Akola, I
Okay.
found over in there that there was a need for forestation, afforestation. So the government also played, a positive role. I indulged in a dream of planting 100,000 trees in a year.
Oh, that's so great. That's a great
So,
contribution to the planet.
so when this thing happened, I shared this dream with my staff. We had several research stations, and I told them that let us distribute small work, and let us make it 100,000. And I will not do any fanfare on this. I will be the one once 9,099 is over. The last plant will be put in by me.
Oh,
And that's what I
leadership,
did.
motivation.
And then that helped, this in this green revolution over in there for planting these trees. Then we had a garden at Nagpur.
Hmm.
That garden was in a neglected state. So I got it renovated through the funds from the state government. I didn't have funds. There was an deputy commissioner from South, very dynamic person. I told him that every year that the people are eating away on our land because there is no fencing. They set up some small thing and then that becomes theirs. Why don't you put up a wall over in there? I told him, I will give you the land you need for a wall, but you put up a wall. Because I thought that by putting up a wall, I am losing only 4 feet or 5 feet of land. But at least the wall is coming up, I am not losing anything else. So I got a wall built up all around my area in Nagpur. And then in this park, I made it a biodiversity park in which I had 68 varieties of mango,
Oh, great.
103 varieties of citrus, then cactus, then different types of flowers at one place. And asked people you come and visit and sit, made arrangements to sit them, had a lawn, had showers, had had one most important thing, that is the facilities for toilet over in there. And lo and behold, people started coming. I charged them 2 rupees per head for
Yeah,
entry. That gave 24 lakhs to that park, which is now 84 lakhs, yeah, these current.
that's
So
so.
this way that revenue was generated even in these things. And
Without
different,
revenue, you cannot maintain such. I mean, such
yes,
a
yes. So
meritorious
this
work.
type of activity. I went to Mathura. This is interesting. When I was taken to the Mathura college, the governor didn't ask me when at the time of selection what you have to do. And he just told me that you go and take orders. I said that, sir, for what you want to take orders for the vice chancellorship, and told his secretary, have she's joining now there in governor house itself. I was surprised why this joining. So I came out. I asked secretary why. He said, no, governor wants that you should join now. There was another clerk. He told me, साहब वो इंस्टीट्यूट तबाही में है, वहाँ सिर कट रहे हैं. I said, where I am going? But I phoned Sarla from the governor's house. I told him that I have already joined that police because governor did not leave me a choice. And when I went to Mathura for the first time, the people who had come to show me took me out from some corner road inside the. मैंने कहा कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम? कहते साहब ये इंस्टीट्यूट में जा रहे हैं, हम यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहे हैं. मैंने कहा ये रास्ता है? कहता ना ना ना, ये तो वो गली से रास्ता है, यहाँ से चौरास्ता है ये यूनिवर्सिटी. मैंने कहा क्यों? कहते मेन गेट पर जी लोग बैठे हुए हैं, धरना दे रहे हैं, वो नारे लगाते हैं, वो गालियाँ सुनाते हैं, वो करते हैं. मैंने कहा गाड़ी वापस करो. मैं तो वही खाने आया हूँ. गाली निकालेंगे वो आपको तो नहीं निकालेंगे, मुझे निकालेंगे. जलसा जुलूस करेंगे, मैं उनसे बात करूंगा. I went with the car through the main gate and everybody stood up and I went in quietly. Nobody shouted, nobody. I went in now.
So,
Then
leadership qualities.
to the chief secretary, I told that you have asked me to be the vice chancellor of a university. The university is dead, nearing death. If you want that I should be the person who has to cremate it, Please tell me you are appointed me a cremation officer, not a vice chancellor. I told this thing to the chief secretary of Haryana. He said, no, what is wrong? Then I told him that I have been secretary to the government of India as deputy director general. I know it is not that difficult for you to give me about 3-4 crores of rupees so that I can pay salary and funds. He agreed. And so the things started at Mathura.
Your roles as vice chancellor are naturally they're very exemplary, and actually we could go on those subjects. But let's now come to the photo tour, and after photo tour we'll just try to close it because we already it's quarter to 2 hours have passed by, and certainly we'll find time in the future having very wonderful and great conversations with you. But let's go to photo tour first. Uh,
That's my father.
Slightly sound, yeah.
That's my father in London.
Oh my goodness.
This
King's
is
College,
before his departure for coming back to India after
sent by the
completing his.
Maharaja, in those times.
Yeah.
This is you.
This is me receiving the International Science Pioneer Award in Egypt. The Egyptian president presented this star award. This is my elder brother, Jawahar.
Jawahar ji.
That's that's me receiving the national prestigious award here in India. That is the highest ranking award, Rafi Ahmad Kidwai Award by Balram Jakhar being
Kidwai
presented.
Award. This is Balram Jakhar, I suppose.
Yes, Balram Jakhar. This is Dr. Zakir Hussain presenting me the Young Scientist Gold Medal at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. This is again the Egyptian president handing over me that prize which you saw, that medal, International Science Pioneer Award. That's my father. It is written in his own hands, Srinagar, August 31. That's again my father. This is very interesting. This is a 1934 photograph. This is
Which school?
my grandfather is there on the right with the
Okay.
blazer on, and the students at that time at the mission school,
Mission
1934.
school. Fateh Kadal?
Or 1934 mission school.
But which place? Fateh Kadal?
Navakadal.
Navakadal.
You see, the school had two branches, Navakadal and Fatehkadal. There were teachers, for example, teachers who were supposed to be working at both the places. So this is at Navakadal. This is my father with Mir Glomsul and B.N. Mangi and the chief engineer, then chief engineer. I don't remember his name. But the person in the center is that Mir Glomsul. This is Mr. Mangi, and he was just as we had Jhelum Valley Road, similarly there was Bani Alpat Road from Jammu to Verinag. That was being handled.
Manal
These are the group of engineers and contractors.
Slightly sound, sir. Huh?
There were a group of engineers who were there at that time, and it's
Right,
my father's colleagues. This is my grandmother with my elder brother and my younger brother.
Oh.
That's my grandfather with me at
You
Tulmura.
got a very strange round cap. Huh?
Yeah. This is a combined picture showing the technologies of mine. These are one animal with 10 calves born in a year. Then there are this first calf, Pratham, which is here on the right hand top corner over in there. And then my students who have been with me. This is my great great grandmother. In the sense, this is grandmother of my grandfather. This is my mother and my grandfather and grandmother. You must have seen my grandmother. She has
Yes.
always wore a shalwar and kameez. She never wore a sari.
Punjabi. Lahori influence?
A Punjabi dress type, you can call it, but not Punjabi. This is again, it's my children. This is a photograph of the marriage of, I hope you know, uh, Mr. Shontu, Ghulam
Okay.
Muhammad Shontu, Ahmed Shont. He was the chief secretary of Jammu and Kashmir government.
Okay.
He was a very
Ahmad,
close
Ahmad Saab. Ahmad Saab used to be called Ahmad Saab.
Ahmed.
My dad's friend.
This is me with the Punjab gold medal, with the Punjab University gold medal.
You received the gold medal, na?
Yes, at Punjab University, because Hisar was related to Punjab University at that time. So I had the first in BBSc as well as in MSc. This is Jawahar, my elder brother. Looks very much like my father.
Your father.
There are a few pictures which I might like to project in here. Are you able to see them now?
Repeated.
Just
This seems to be an event. I don't know.
yes, just I'll try to.
Your father.
Yeah, my father. And this is the same school.
Again,
That my
Balram
father
Jalkar.
is with our house in the background. This is the marriage of my elder brother.
This is a building.
The great grandmother.
Hello.
These
आपकी sound नहीं आ रही sir.
these pictures is one. This again my grandfather. This is one house where we were living, and the other house is just behind. As you can see that the windows and the roof. This is my younger brother.
Slightly louder sir. Slightly louder. आवाज बिल्कुल
This
कम
is
होगी.
that was my younger brother. This is a picture which is taken at Hisar in 1956. This is
Okay.
Pandit Punjab Rao Deshmukh, who was the Union Minister for Agriculture, who came to lay the foundation stone of the college at Hisar. And
Okay.
I am as a student over in here. And it is fortunate that I was subsequently to head the university which is after his name, Dr. Punjab Rao Deshmukh Krishi Vidyapeeth.
That's so great.
Yeah,
You are part of that legacy now.
yes.
And this house, I
This
don't know.
this house is at Park Road. This is the Park Road house. This is how old this is. This is the doctorate, honorary doctorate by the Canadian University. I'm the only Indian veterinarian who has been honored so far by a foreign university. It's a doctorate. And on top of it,
You okay.
also
You
address the
did
keynote
PhD from.
of the university.
That's so wonderful.
University of Wow.
Acclaimed.
Yeah. And this is the Padma Award from the president who won. This is the house on the left, which you see is the house which had been built. which also served as a guest house for the government. Several ministers and others have stayed in this house.
Okay.
This used to be the one house, and our
This is
house
Madan
is
House. Madan House.
it is Madan
Madan
Lodge.
Lodge.
Madan Lodge. This is the office room. This one house, this one is being used by this army these days, and they have this thing in here. Full circle from scholar to school. This is the house which you just saw. It has been now turned into an school institute, an Islamic school. This house has been virtually robbed from us. I need not to go into that story.
So now I'm taking to your legacy of your ancestors, finance minister. This is the Haveli he possessed. These are some pictures I bought from Lahore. Some Lahore media. I found it on this internet. So this is his house.
This is SP College grounds. This is the Jammu and Kashmir team.
No, sir. This is Lahore. This is Lahore, and this is this is the well of Dinanath.
This is our house.
Raja Dinanath well.
We had this Uttam Bandi and all that, you know.
And some houses around by his legacy. This is all. These are all the houses from there. These are the house of
That's right.
Haveli, parts of the Haveli of Raja Dinanath. And this is a picture of Raja Dinanath moving around in the Lahore,
right.
During the regime of Lahore. Very important personality, and who was running secretly the entire
the children
government.
are also doing. The children are also
So,
doing.
with that, I would like to close it now, but we'll just cover a small, rapid fire. Just one word for your clan. One word.
Just a minute. Let me put this
थोड़ा आवाज कम आ रही है सर. हाँ
हाँ जी, मैं इसको जरा ये मैं कहता हूँ इसको बंद करें.
One word for your clan.
Just
क्लैन के बारे में एक लफ्ज बताइए. एक लफ्ज में उसको बताना चाहें. One word. Hello.
Yes, please.
What I'm saying is that one word for your clan. So rapid fire now. You have to quickly respond to my questions. One word for your clan. Clan के बारे में एक शब्द में कैसे क्या बोलना चाहें? कैसे बोलेंगे आप?
Land.
Entire your clan dynasty. Madans.
A humble family which has been contributing to the building of the country, nation, and helping people.
Good. Thanks. And most inspiring personality.
My grandfather, Pandit Nilakant Madan.
Best authors, Indian and Western.
Pardon?
Best authors, the books you must have read, Indian and
book?
Western.
Book?
Best author.
Best author is Fyodor Dostoevsky. I have read all his volumes and have been greatly inspired.
Dostoevsky is very. Now you have come to literature. That's my arena. And Indian. That is the West. That is the Russian. Indian
Mulk Raj Anand.
Oh, and best. You have been playing cricket, I heard, and you have also been the champion of the badminton in your campus. So, who is the best cricketer?
In my times?
Yeah, any times you can. You can pick up. It's a program beyond time and space.
To me, Kohli is an epitaph of cricketing personality.
Virat Kohli, no doubt about it. One best singer, Indian and Western.
For Western, this is John Baez.
Oh,
And for
beautiful.
Indian, it has always been Lata Mangeshkar.
Wonderful. Best foreign book on Kashmir. There are a lot many books on Kashmir written by the foreign authors. Whom do you feel who was the best author who has written book on Kashmir in the past, especially last previous centuries? आजकल जो
Yes,
ज़ाहिर
I
योग
mean,
लेखन पुराने वक्त
you are talking of a Kashmiri book or what?
books written on Kashmiri. There are a lot many authors, European, American, Chinese authors who have written books on
There is
Kashmir.
one written by Dr. Kachru.
Huh?
Book written by Dr. Kachru on proverbs in Kashmir.
Oh, Dr. Kachru in Flowers of Kashmir. Best politician, Indian, Kashmiri, and global. Don't I can't say that you talk about Trump, but you have a liberty. You can just pick up Indian, Kashmiri, or global. Best politician.
In Kashmir, I will consider that DP there was an excellent politician.
Wonderful.
In
And
India, there is no match to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
wow, wonderful. And
And
then
at
global,
national level, I always consider John F. Kennedy to be the one
Kennedy was
who,
global.
yeah, John
Yes.
Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Best city you visited across globe or
Pardon?
across India. Best city you like in India and in globe.
In in India, the best is Shillong.
Shillong. Oh, wonderful.
Shillong.
That's an
And
environmental.
and in world over, the best is Austria.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You have been to Austria also, no? Highest environmental, most potent and highest threat to the environment of the globe today.
Highest,
Highest environmental threat to the globe today. आज की डेट में highest environmental threat किस चीज से है ग्लोब? Alarming
oh, there is climate change.
climate change. One word for old Kashmir, Kashmir of your times or before that.
Swargadar.
Swarg Dwar. Beautiful.
Swargadar.
One word for new Kashmir.
Kashmir used to be a Swarg.
Then
Heaven.
now one word for new Kashmir. Today's Kashmir.
And today's,
New Kashmir, नया कश्मीर, आज का कश्मीर.
do you feel that there is anything like a Naya Kashmir?
No, today's Kashmir. I mean to say, one is the Kashmir you talked about, Sargodar,
I
and what you
think,
talk.
I think the very thought of concept of the Kashmir has evaporated.
Okay.
It becomes so nostalgic to see when we go over there. Though you will not believe, every day I am in Kashmir. Every day in the morning, I pray at the same places at which we used to pray.
Wow.
For me,
That's
Shankarachar, Kulamul, Parbat, these are the stones, milestones of my life. And they stay today also in the same fashion.
a
See,
special message for the
in
future.
Maharashtra, one of the secretaries in Maharashtra once asked me, भाई तुम बहुत फेयरलेस हो, तुम बड़ा जबरदस्त हो गए. मैंने कहा ये किसने कहा था मैं फेयरलेस हूँ? कहते नहीं मैंने देखा the way you speak to the chief minister. मैंने कहा every day in the morning I have my forehead right on the floor and in front of my deity. I
That's so
feel that
Sharika.
her and his benevolence should be with us.
That's so wonderful. That makes you a very, very perfect Kashmiri, proud Kashmiri with a great legacy and wonderful things. But I want a small word or a message you can give to for youngsters today and future generations from a personality of your stature who has done so much for the global humanity and the country, and made your country as well as your native Kashmiris very proud. What is your message for the younger generation, the future
You
generations?
see, to me, the younger generation is always addressed that you have a goal and work for a goal.
You said it at the beginning
Unless
as
and
well.
until you have got a goal for yourself, set up yourself, and don't think that somebody else will lead you. You have to take the lead yourself, and you will be right there once you work for it.
That's so. That's very valuable. Very valuable. It is you, only you, who has to
And I have
fix the
seen it
goal.
practically. I have worked for it. And I have seen it happening with my children. Children
Okay,
exactly in the same fashion. They have worked for it and they have got it. I have not told them that you do this or you do this or you do that. So
I mean,
that's what I found. Not only my children, but so many other children who have been in close touch with me, who have been
that's so.
coming in and out of my thoughts. It has always been like that.
The Indian movie you love the most.
फिर सुबह होगी.
Ah, an Indian singer.
And
Singer, you already said. Singer,
yeah, but you know that this
movie singer.
singer, I said female singer Lata Mangeshkar,
Okay.
and the male singer is Mukesh.
Mukesh. And
And
which is the
we
best
should
song?
listen to the songs of Fir Subah Hogi. What a lovely bit. Fir Subah Hogi is a book which has been written on the pattern of crime and punishment. That's also a book by.
Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky.
It is an adaptation of that. So you
Adaptation
should
of
see that the crime is only at about, the book is about 70 pages of crime and it's about 200 pages of punishment.
Crime and Punishment.
What a
Yes, I have read
lovely
it.
page
It's a beautiful
now.
one. And the song you love the most at the end, which you can murmur also.
दाग मोहब्बत ने धो लिए
Huh?
इन हसरतों के दाग मोहब्बत ने धो लिए खुद दिल से दिल की बात कही और रो लिए.
Or Ro Diye, beautiful. Can you
This is
murmur it a bit? It's a beautiful song.
from
You
Madans.
has,
And then there
I'll
is
just
another,
accompany you.
and there is another
You
song.
has रतों के दाग बोलिए सर बोलिए मोहब्बत में खो दिए
दिल से दिल की बात
बात
कही
कही
और रो
और दिए
लिए यूं
beautiful.
हंसते. Oh, there is another song.
Thank
This
you very
is
much, sir. With that,
that's
we'll
always
close.
indelible with me. फिर न कीजिए मेरी गुस्ताख निगाही का गिला. फिर न
देखिए आपने
कीजिए
फिर
मेरी
हाँ
गुस्ताख निगाही का गिला. देखिए आपने फिर प्यार से देखा मुझको.
प्यार से देखा मुझको ब्यूटीफुल विद
मैं
दैट
कहाँ
कॉपलेट
तक इन
विल
निगाहों को पलटने देखी. आपके दिल ने पुकारा मुझको.
beautiful, beautiful. With that closing song, beautiful couplet, we close this program. This program was basically a conversation with such a legendary personality who had been the vice chancellors, a Padam Shri, who has created some scientific, is a forebearer of the scientific achievements in the wet sciences and environmentalist. He's a mountaineer as well, and he has led many expeditions and has traveled abroad, and his mantra of life is given by his grandfather, and that he has a focus, and it is a time frame, and he has worked meticulously. We are very proud of him. Madan Saab, thank you very much that you came on the show. So I had to basically to deal with the scientific intricacies and then bring it back to the literary side. So it was like crisscrossing through different genres, but yet it was a wonderful program, and that's the strength of the Shitanath Conversation show, that we try to evolve the most difficult and most profound subjects in the most simplistic and most informal way. Thank you very much, sir. You came to the show. It was a you
Thank you
made
very much.
this us
Pleasure
very
having talked to you.
enlightened. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
thanks a lot. So that was Amil Madan Sahab, Padan Shri Amil Madan, Professor Madan, the legendary personality who has created a name from India for India in the revolution into this harbinger of the, the research and the wet sciences and environmentalist and his education, his par excellence, his legacy, that to the finance minister, the main thinker behind the Maharaja Ranjit Singh's, you know, finances, financial ministers, and other aspects of his governance, and a man who went through all along through the transitions from one monarchy to the another power and another power structure till the British finally took him and gave him a jagir and a 20,000 rupees, what do you call it, this remuneration, annual remuneration. So it was a beautiful subject, challenging one, and we had a great personality. Thank you very much. You all stood and just watched this program, and we'll be meeting next time with another wonderful, unknown but profound subject and the personality, as normally we do in the Sheetala Conversation show. Thank you very much. I like to conclude with this couplet. तुम ना आए तो क्या सहर नहीं हुई, तुम ना आए तो क्या सहर न हुई, हाँ मगर चैन से बसर न हुई, तुम ना आए तो क्या सहर न हुई, हाँ मगर चैन से बसर न हुई, मेरा नाला सुना जमाने ने, मेरा नाला सुना जमाने ने, एक तुम हो जिसे खबर न हुई. Thank you very much. Shab khair. Good night. Best wishes to all. Jai Hind. Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you very much.